It's the Sports Take Lunch Break, brought to you by Office Essentials, your hometown supplier of all the office products and furniture you need to grow your business. First thing we're going to talk about is the NFL playoffs. It was definitely the forefront of everyone's mind. So we've got Super Bowl 54 coming up in a week and a half-ish from now. Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. But the Chiefs beat the Titans 35-24. The 49ers beat the Packers 37-20. Did you guys watch the games, and what are your initial opinions? Don't give any predictions yet, but just initial opinions on the two teams going into the Super Bowl.
I did not watch the game. I fully believe that the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl, and I am not cheering for the Chiefs due to their support for the Rams moving.
I don't know if we'll have enough time, but I want to retort with that, Stu, because I'll come back to you. Greg?
I'll play my overtime card for that.
Okay, hold on to that.
Stuart's in trouble.
I was researching all weekend just in case Stuart mentioned that.
I did watch the game, and hard not to be impressed with Kansas City and San Francisco, really. I can't help but think I would have rather seen San Francisco play Seattle. Green Bay didn't seem to mount much of a defense or a challenge or whatever you want to call it. But I think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl, and I'm excited for our coworkers in Kansas City to get to enjoy that.
Well, I'm glad you guys held your predictions until next week, gentlemen. I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. You can change your mind a couple of times before now. I'm going to hold my prediction because I think there's still a lot of time to kind of think about things, and it feels like everyone's just automatically writing in the Chiefs as the champions, and that's a dangerous thing considering how much the running game from San Francisco eats up so much time.
Yeah, they're definitely good.
Yeah, I think they're going to control the flow of the game, and they might minimize Mahomes' ability to get on the field enough to generate 30 or 40 points.
Well, I got to say, I'm so excited for our coworkers. Maybe I jumped the gun with that. I'll have to give it some more thought.
You might want to think about that, yeah.
But I'll revisit that next week for sure.
Okay. Well, we do have a couple of minutes.
Put the horse back in the barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to press Stu a little bit. So you had referenced Kansas City voting St. Louis sort of out of the city. Now, it was the vote was 30-2 in favor of St. Louis moving. It was a secret vote. So still to this day, as far as I'm aware, nobody has officially been on record as the 2 that held and the 30 that said no. But my question is, let's say Kansas City was one of the 30 teams that said move St. Louis. Can you really fault them that much? They're just, I mean, they had to, their vote wasn't going to change anything.
Yeah, I think there was a kind of a strategic approach. Now, I understand there's also conflicting reports on whether or not Clark Hunt voted in favor on the relocation committee. The initial reports were that he was against it, and then it came out or was heavily implied that he was in favor of it, and Jerry Jones rallied and got more votes to move to the main vote. So I think that's part of it. Can I fault them? No. Do I have to support them? No. I don't really necessarily buy the idea that you have to support the Chiefs just because you're in Missouri. Now, I love Kansas City as a city. I think it's a fantastic place. I think the World War I Museum is something that everyone in America should visit.
It is a high-quality museum.
Oh, it's amazing. It's well worth the admission price. So I'm not hopefully attacking Kansas City and coming across that way. I'm attacking the NFL in general and in this specific place, Kansas City. Now, I think the Raiders and the Bengals were the two that are most accepted as the ones that voted against the move. And my mom's family is from Green Bay, so I grew up in Green Bay. And Green Bay was the one that hurt me the most because out of any team in the country that should be against relocation, it should be the Green Bay Packers. So, all that said, the Chiefs also put up billboards in downtown St. Louis within a week of the Rams moving, which comes across as extremely predatory, and I'm not the only one that caught that and felt that way. And I believe they released Kansas City Chiefs Budweiser packs also within the first few weeks after the Rams left. So I'm not going to be unhappy for my Chiefs friends when they win. I will say win because I fully expect it, and you can rake me over the coals in 3 weeks if that's the case, then I'm wrong. But I personally don't feel any glow for cheering for them under pressure, though I am happy that Mahomes and Kelsey supported the Blues.
Okay.
I'm not going to bash that.
I wanted to give you an opportunity to really explain that, because I think there's more nuance to the vote than just
Definitely.
the Chiefs voted out St. Louis and therefore they are the villain, because I think
Yeah,
there's a lot more
and
to
we
it.
don't know what those discussions go on behind the scenes. The NFL is cold, calculated, and those owners, you don't get to be a billionaire and own an NFL team without being cold and calculated. So if you vote no against that, you might be making an enemy of Jerry Jones and Stan Kroenke, both two very powerful figures. So I understand that, but as I've said before, sports are an emotional thing, and the city of St. Louis, to me, is my emotional core. So going against the city will reflect how I see your team.
Sure. And, I'm glad you referenced the Bengals. They are on record by most accounts as one of the two teams that voted to keep St. Louis. However, their motives were not pure, because the Bengals owner is notoriously cheap, and he knew if the Rams went to LA, it would increase the amount of money that every owner would have to spend on his team, and he voted against it so he didn't have to spend money. So it was not like a pure, the Bengals are here to save the day. He had a very greedy motive. So
But he was
again,
also
there's
gonna get
nuance to everything.
He was going to get a check for the relocation fee, which ended up being $300 million per team, or
Exactly. So again, motives are not pure. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, and the Raiders' motive wasn't pure either. The Raiders voted no so they could keep the LA market share. So completely understand that. Though in an alternate universe, if Clark Hunt thought it was better and worth the risk of alienating Jerry Jones, if he would have publicly voted no and come out supporting the Rams in St. Louis, he could have won a lot of brownie points with a lot of the St. Louis market, and I think long term that might have worked out better. But ultimately, winning the Super Bowl would win more of a market share anyways, so in 3 weeks it probably won't matter.
Be sure to tell your friends if you like what you heard. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode, and we'll catch you again next week.